How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another FPL video. And for the final time this season, we will be having a look at the fixtures, the team/injury news from the manager presses earlier today, as well as the team selection and the best free hit team for Gameweek 38. Now let's start by having a look at the fixtures for Gameweek 38. And this graphic was created by Lynn FPL in collaboration with Fantasy Football Scout, which I'm sure a lot of you know if you are on Twitter. So yeah, a lot of fixtures to target for the game week. We could take a few punts here and there, but there is a lot riding on this set of fixtures. Firstly, the title race between Man City and Liverpool, top 4 between Arsenal and Spurs, the top 6 and the final Europa League places between Man United and West Ham. We've got the relegation battle between Burnley and Leeds, as well as individual awards, the Golden Boot between Salah and Son, just one goal between them, the Playmaker Award for the season, which is between Salah and Trent. Salah currently leads by 1 assist, the Golden Glove race between Alisson and Edison, who are both tied on 20 clean sheets. So yeah, a lot riding on this game week, and it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun. But before we make any transfers, and I really hope that you haven't made any yet, we have to look at some team news from the manager presses earlier today. And let's begin with the big one. So I was in the middle of writing my article for the game week. I've written one earlier on, and I was just chatting about Spurs, looking at the transfer activity, and then I came across that there may have been a food poisoning outbreak in the Spurs camp, and I was surprised, and I'm sure a lot of you were. But Antonio Conte confirmed today that Harry Kane has been feeling unwell, and it did come out that there was no such thing as a food poisoning outbreak in the Spurs camp. It was just rumors. And yeah, always take anything you hear with a pinch of salt until it is confirmed by the manager and so on. But yeah, so he expects Kane to be back fit for Sunday's match against Norwich. Kane trained yesterday but pulled out of media just as a precaution. So Conte also confirmed that Spurs have no injuries other than Kane, and he will be back. Well, I say back because so many of you were out there thinking that Son will take the penalty. Conte didn't have to come out and say this. We do know that Harry Kane is the designated penalty taker for Spurs. Now, if they are 3-0 up, and they very much could be, and then Spurs get a penalty, I can definitely see Son taking that penalty if they are 3 goals up or so, where the game is dead and buried, the result is done. But if it is 0-0 or 1-0, I would suspect that Kane would take the penalty. So yeah, I think Kane should be fit for the game, and there's nothing that we should worry about. Because if Son was the only player, let's just say Kane was out and Son was the only one fit, I may have not actually thought about captaining him. Kane is the striker, yes, but he is the playmaker in the team as well. And without Kane, I can't see Spurs doing much. So yeah, Kane should be fit, and we do know that Spurs rely on him massively. And then the big one, the one we've all been waiting for, is Salah fit? Well, Jurgen came out and said, regarding Salah, Virgil and Fabinho, it looks all good. What we do with them for the weekend, I have no idea. I understand 100% Salah's goal-scoring battle with Son, but there is no chance that we take any risk. But Mo doesn't want to take any risk. There's no doubt about that. It looks good. The boys make steps. We will see. My preferred solution would be that they all could play at the weekend for rhythm reasons, stuff like this, or at least could be on the bench, and then we can bring them on or not. If not, then we take it from there. I cannot say 100%. Now, this was a mind F. If you have Salah, based on these comments, I would be looking to sell him, because it looks like he either is going to start and play 60, or from these comments, it looks more that he's likely to come off the bench. maybe a 30-minute cameo or so. But I do think that Salah will be involved this game week in one way or another. But the issue is, you've got players like Son, De Bruyne, Mane, Luis Diaz, Kane. You've got all these players that are very likely to play 90 this game week. Would you then captain Salah? I don't think so. In my opinion, if we don't get early team news, I will be selling Salah, although I don't want to. He's the king. He's the GOAT of FPL. He's the GOAT of the Premier League currently. If we don't get team news, I will be selling him for Son. Because as it is, I don't have any Spurs in my team, but we will look at that. Now, after these comments came out, I was like, okay, I will sell Salah for Son, be done with it, because these comments don't really tell us much. And then the Liverpool admin goes and does this. This was from 38 minutes ago, and Salah looks fit, he looks happy. Yeah, what do we do? I don't think bring him into your team if you don't have him, but if you currently have him, I wouldn't sell him just yet. We will try and get some early team news and we'll take it from there. So now, with all that information in mind, let's have a look at the team selection, but first, how the team performed in Gameweek 37. And it was a huge one for me. I played the free hit and I got a massive 97 points on my free hit, taking me from 9.8k to 5.6k. I was disappointed in the Villa boys. I mean, Danny Ings and Coutinho was rested in the second fixture, but as a Liverpool fan, Ings and Coutinho rested. Could they be the freshest that they could possibly be going into Gameweek 38 to try and win at Man City? Well, I hope so. I hope it can be a difficult game for City and that the magician, the little magician, comes in and he smashes the top bins, and Danny Ings, coming in massive goal scoring form, can just, get a brace in there. I'd take it. So yeah, the team performed really well. I know a lot of you were split on captaincy between Danny Ings and Richarlison. For me, there's no doubt. Richarlison had to be the captain based on what Everton was playing for to be safe from relegation, had good fixtures, and Danny Ings was a rotation risk. Yeah, I was actually very glad when Mahrez missed the penalty, both from an FPL perspective and as a Liverpool fan. It wouldn't have been great to see that many benched points in my team, but I'll take this. Liverpool didn't keep the clean sheet and Tsimikas came in for Robertson. That was my thinking behind going for the pair of them. If Robertson was to miss out, I knew that he wouldn't come off the bench. So yeah, 97 points. And yeah, the team is in. Well, this isn't the team for Gameweek 38, since this was the free hit. My actual team is in absolute tatters. But let's have a look at the team selection now. So this is my team heading into the final game week of the season. And I know it's injuries galore. I've got Ruben Diaz, I've got Cucho, I've got Shaw, Doherty. Yeah, I'm in quite a situation. I don't really have a bench. Well, I don't have a bench at all. And what we usually see in Gameweek 38 is that there is a ton of goals, but there is rotation. And it would have been lovely to have, just one or two players on the bench. But I unfortunately do not have that luxury. And I have just one free transfer available. At present, I actually would captain Salah, but we will get into that shortly. So I will be looking at taking a hit this game week, regardless of what I decide to do. So at the moment, I have 0.1 mil in the bank, one free transfer, and no Spurs cover. I've got Matt Doherty, but the man is completely injured and out for the season. So, Son has to come in. It's a no-brainer. It's something you shouldn't even be overthinking. The man is arguably the best captaincy option for the game week, playing against Norwich, going for the golden boot, going for top 4. It's not a debate. I think if you aren't chasing rank, so like me, at my rank of, 5.6k? There's no point in taking a massive risk in terms of that captaincy. Because if it goes wrong, let's just say I captain somebody like Mason Mount and Son smashes it. I don't finish in the top 10k at all. I think my safety net at this very moment is 21 points to stay within the top 1k. Take my minus 4 points hit. So let's just say 17 points. Why risk it? In my situation, captaincy has to go in Son. Now, if you are chasing in terms of rank, you can look at other players, but we'll talk about that soon. So with regards of who will be leaving the team between Salah and De Bruyne for Son, well, that will be a decision I make on deadline day. I'm hoping that we do get early team news regarding the Liverpool team. And right now, if I was to make a gut call, I think Salah starts. Based on, that training picture, based on my opinion of it as a Liverpool fan, Mo will want to go for that golden boot. I'm sure he's spoken to Klopp a few times already this week. I mean, even in the FA Cup final, Klopp came out and said that Salah told him that he's fine and he can continue. But Klopp is like, why? Why risk it? We have the squad for it. Just come off. We want to be fit for the Champions League final. And I do think Salah is fit. So I think he starts, and I think he may go off around the 60-minute mark. But Mo Salah has that whole potential with everything that he has to play for, going for the Premier League title as well as the Golden Boot and the Playmaker of the Season award. We could see a massive score from him if he does indeed start. And De Bruyne, you could say I'm going with a bit of Liverpool bias here, but I don't think that Aston Villa game is an easy fixture. Sure, City will win. I can see City winning. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Well, I'm lying. I can see City winning, but I don't think De Bruyne gets a massive score compared to the likes of Salah and Son. So I would be getting rid of De Bruyne and bringing in Son. Let's just bring Son in, and that leaves me with 0.9 in the bank. And I don't have enough defenders, and that is why I will be going for Ruben Diaz to Sessegnon. I can't pronounce it properly. He has incredible stats over the last few game weeks. I think he's created the most big chances after De Bruyne. Something crazy like that. I can't remember the exact stat. But yeah, these are my likely moves. Now, if we get early team news that Salah is on the bench, then I will be keeping De Bruyne. Let's just go back to what we had, and I will be selling Salah for Son. And that would leave me 2 mil in the bank. And I would go from Diaz to Robertson. Now, if I could have any player in the game, any player at all, I want, other than Son this game week, I want Luis Diaz. I know the issue that we've had as FPL managers is Jota going to start? Is Diaz going to start? This game week, we know that Diaz is starting because he was fully rested in game week 37. And we know if Liverpool were to make their best 11 right now, Diaz makes that team. But who would I bring him in for? And that is the issue. You've got Harvey Barnes, who was given very reduced minutes in game week 37. So he should start for the final game week. Mason Mount. Now, I did read a quote earlier. I don't know how true it is, but I did see somebody post a picture where Tuchel came out and said that he will be heavily rotating his team, bringing in players that haven't played much this season, which is a big worry. I do think that Alonso is at risk if that is the case. And if that is the case, I will be taking another hit if we find out some early team news regarding it. And Saka is playing an Everton team who will very much be on the beach after securing their place in the Premier League. They're safe. I'm sure they're all going to be drunk or like just tired on the day. I can see Saka doing well. So who would Diaz come in for? I don't actually know. So yeah, these are my two likely scenarios. for my team selection. You can't have them all. And now we will have a look at the best free hit team in my opinion for Gameweek38.
A few moments later.
So this is the best free hit team in my opinion for Gameweek38. I've gone for the Spurs triple up. The fixture is too difficult to ignore. There's too much riding on it. And with Norwich playing their last fixture in front of their home fans in the Premier League, they will be attacking, and I can see a ton of goals in this fixture. Could Norwich nick a goal? Maybe. But that's not the only reason why Sessegnon is in the team. He's not here just for clean sheets. The man can very likely get an attacking return or two, and at 4.6 mil, I do not see a better defensive option this game week. Maybe you could go for Robertson if you don't already have him, but for this free hit team, I've gone for Luis Diaz in midfield over Robertson. Now we do know that Diaz is a rotation risk with Jota, right? But Jota played in Gameweek37, whereas Diaz didn't. He didn't play a single second of football. So I would say he has a guaranteed start in Gameweek38. And if you've watched any of the Liverpool games, you do know how amazing this man is. He's involved in all attack, and I can see him getting more than one attacking return this game week. If I could get him in my own team, I would, but that would involve taking another hit. And I don't want to take too many hits into this final game week while trying to stay in the top 10k, possibly improving my rank as well. So yeah, at the back, I've gone for Dubravka. I mean, you have a few options in terms of your goalkeeper. I didn't spend too much time thinking that one through. But yeah, Newcastle looks amazing, especially since the start of the year, 2022. Newcastle are only third behind Man City and Liverpool when it comes to big chances against them. So yeah, defensively strong, offensively strong as well in recent game weeks. Dubravka is the man in goal. Why not? Ben White have gone for some Arsenal players in the team. With Everton on the beach, I've gone for Saka and Ben White. Truth be told, I wanted Marcus Alonso in this team before, but with those comments from Tuchel about him likely rotating and so on, I can't risk it if I am free hitting. Because we are likely to see rotation this game week, as it always is every season in the final game week. But we can make some assumptions based on what there is to play for. Like I've mentioned, the title race, top four, that sixth position, the relegation battle, those teams will likely go very strong. And I've gone for a punt up top in Ivan Toney. It's his last chance to impress the bigger clubs this season. He's come out more than once and said, he wants to leave Brentford. The man thinks he is bigger than the team, let's be honest. He is good, but no player is bigger than the team. But yeah, we could see him score a goal or two. And Harvey Barnes rounds up that midfield. Yeah, he had reduced minutes in Gameweek37 after a brilliant first fixture in double Gameweek37. He had 16 points in that fixture. And I was a little upset because on my free hit I sold him, but what can you do? If I had a little more cash, would I go for Maddison over Barnes? Usually I would say yes, but with Barnes having that rest in the last fixture, I can see him starting, and if Maddison was to get a rest, which is unlikely, I do think Barnes is starting this fixture. The bench, not much to talk about. I've gone as cheap as possible. The only player likely to start is Amati. But what can you do? I've gone strong in the starting 11. And with regards to captaincy, now if you are chasing in terms of rank, you should captain from this team, either Harry Kane or Luis Diaz. If you want to retain your rank, you captain Son. If you want to go slightly different, because you are competing against teams that are very active in your mini leagues and so on, and Mo is the most sold player this game week. If we hear that he is benched, then Salah will not be in this team. This team would be a bit different, I'd say. De Bruyne would come in and I'd invest, I think, what is that? 1 mil to spare, 1 mil and a bit. Well, I would put that into the defense. I would probably sell Ben White for a more premium defender. But yeah, I would think about it more if we do get that early team news. But as it stands, Mo could very well start. And that's why I've created the team with him in it. So yeah, in my opinion, this is the best free hit team for Gameweek38. I wish I had the free hit, but the free hit came in handy for me in Gameweek37. I think I ended up with 20 more points than I should have had, but 20 is huge. That rounds up the final video for the 2021-2022 FPL season. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a draining season. It's been a long season with a million double game weeks. I think there were 13 double game weeks. But yeah, it's been a brilliant run. If you were here from the start of the channel, I think my first video was about a week before the FPL season kicked off. I just want to say a massive thank you to every single one of you that have watched my videos, that have commented, that have interacted. I really appreciate it. And for the final time this season, good luck, and remember to FPL responsibly.